That was the most awkward vlogging I've ever done. Oh, the life of someone with ADD. She's a 5, but her dad's a 10. Scope the scene, see what's out, see what looks interesting, and basically just had a book browse together. I did some damage. Is anyone really surprised? Hello fellow YouTubers, I'm Cassandra Joy and welcome to my channel. I don't know if you can see through my window, but it's still dark. The sun is not up. Actually, you can see my clock to see what time it is. This is a work day, which I don't normally film on, but where I work is kind of close to a Barnes & Noble, and I thought it could be fun if we went and looked for one new book in particular, and basically just had a book browse together. Kind of scope the scene, see what's out, see what looks interesting. I try not to buy books full price unless I've already read them, already know I love them, to add to my collection of, hey, I loved this book when I read it and I want to have it on my bookshelf forever to commemorate that I loved it. I'm not the kind of bookworm that keeps books that I didn't really like just because I read them. I only keep the books that I actually enjoyed. I honestly was gonna skip Wednesday's upload simply because I just wasn't feeling it, and it was my only day to film, so I felt like if I didn't do it that day, I just might as well forget it, which I rarely ever do. I'm so consistent on YouTube because I love it, so I made a compromise. Today's vlog might be a little bit shorter than normal, but it will be a vlog and it'll be a fun one. So we're gonna go to Barnes & Noble after I get off work and have a book browse together. While I'm at work, I'm gonna let you watch some footage from a different day, totally different day, where I had a coffee shop day working on my book. I don't remember how much footage I have, but it'll pass the time while I'm at work, and then we'll go to Barnes & Noble together. Good morning, loves. My hair is in desperate need of washing, but can I be bothered? No. So I'm just gonna brush through it and stick on a hat. Tonight though, I do want to do a hair mask and a deep scalp massage and wash. There we go. I'll pull out little wispies here later, but first I've got to do my makeup. I want to spend some quality time at a coffee shop working on editing my book. I've gotten fresh motivation seeing a girl that I went to Ireland with. Her name is Candace. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have put on a hat first. She has just come out with a book that I haven't read yet, but I'm super excited to read. She's been able to get a publishing deal. She just revealed her book cover, and it's all very exciting, but I'm definitely feeling the envy. So I'm using that as motivation to work on my book, which is going well, just slow. Story of my life. But it's a beautiful day outside. We've got cotton candy clouds dotting the whole horizon. It's just beautiful. Too beautiful to stay inside all day. I can tell my complexion is getting paler and it makes me so sad. I love having a summer tan and it's just starting to fade, which means I need to start pulling out my paler foundations and change up my coloring a little bit, meaning not go so ham with the bronzer, that kind of thing. I'm using this Pixie by Petra blush. It's called Beach Rose. I got away from using blush for so long, and then just one day put it back on and loved it, so I've added it back into my makeup routine. Since I'm wearing a hat, I'm not going to do my eyes, just going to do mascara. I'm putting in the bare minimum amount of effort today. I just want to look human, and that's about it. I decided to combine these two colors, pink because it matches my shirt pretty perfectly, and then the orange to give it a more autumn touch. I would tell you what they are, but the writings come off. I keep my makeup a long time, probably longer than one should. Today is not about looking exceptionally cute. Today is about focusing and being productive. So I'm gonna hole up in a coffee shop, still have to decide which one, and try to get a little bit of work done this morning. Gone for comfort today. Got a slouchy t-shirt, my favorite comfortable skinny jeans. They're the ones that I showed you in my fall clothing haul. They've got these really cool embroidery patches on them. My hat, of course, some clip-on earrings, my rings, my gold leaf necklace, and my Coach purse. Oh, and most important thing that I almost forgot, my computer bag. Oh, the life of someone with ADD, aka forgetting everything. Alright, back in the car. I did not get as much done as I'd like, but the chapter I'm doing battle with is a beast. Over 7,000 words, which is just ridiculous. I think part of me is just not eager to tackle that chapter, but I'm gonna continue it when I get home. I did find out this is the shop that's right next to Purebred, so if I pan, you'll see Purebred coffee right there. I asked a couple of the girls that were working tonight what this was reserved for, and they said that Purebred is gonna expand. Apparently they're gonna have more seating, a kitchen, so they can make their pastry and baked goods fresh. They might even start including breakfast items, which would be so cool. So I'm excited for this expansion. Apparently they're just gonna knock down that wall that I was sitting against and just make it one big room. So that'll be something to look forward to. I closed them down, so I've gotta head home now, but I don't think I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna keep working on my book and see if I can at least get this one chapter cut down, at least by half. Hello loves, it's later in the day. I've just finished work, and even though I'm going to Barnes & Noble, which does have coffee there, it's a Starbucks, and I'm not a big fan of Starbucks. I pass this coffee shop every time I go to work, and I've never stopped in. It's called Muddy Goose Coffee Co. I know nothing about it, never been in, but the outside looks darling, and I think I'm gonna pick up a chai latte to take along on our book browse, because we all know coffee and books go hand in hand. Let's be honest. That was the most awkward vlogging I've ever done. There was a young kid in there, by young I mean maybe 10, who clearly knew I was filming. It was so quiet in there, almost no one was in there. I couldn't do it subtly. Just the sound of the camera turning on and off felt like it was echoing through a chasm. I know it wasn't that bad, but to me that's how it felt. But success! I got an iced chai latte with oat milk, of course. I'm gonna do a first taste and see how they shape up. That's really good. It has all the spices I want out of a chai. It's the level of sweet I prefer. I kind of wish I had gotten my old staple of just an iced mocha latte just to see how it tastes. I might do that next time. And now that we have our caffeinated sustenance, we're now fueled enough to go to Barnes & Noble for a little book browse. We're at Barnes & Noble. Looks like they're putting in a Home Goods right next door. That's nice. So I figured I would give you a run through of what I'm specifically looking for. There's only one book that I'd really like. If I can't find that, I have alternates. So something I do is keep a list of books on my phone, and by list I mean screenshots of the cover, because sometimes I don't remember who the author is, I don't remember what color the book is. I'm also very visual, so having a physical visual list really helps. The number one book I'm looking for is called Darling Girl by Liz Michalski. copy. Last time I checked, it had only just come out, so there were very few copies in bookstores yet, but it's been a while since the last time I looked for it, so they might have a copy. We'll see. I also have a lot of screenshots of children's books. Because I'm a nanny, I take my littles that I'm in charge of to the library a lot, and when I find a really cute book that the kids seem to love and I really think is darling, I screenshot it so that I can buy it either for my niece or for future children someday. So that's another nice tip. Maybe I'll make a separate book section on my Amazon storefront for children's books, and you guys can see a list of all of the books that I've found are really cute. I know a lot of people in my demographic are at the age where people have children or start having children, so if having a list of children's books would be helpful, just let me know in the comments. The other book I'm looking for, and I know absolutely nothing about this, just saw someone I follow on Instagram recommend it, and then a lot of her followers said they loved it after reading, so now I'm on the hunt for it. It's called The Book of Lost Things by John Connolly. So if it's on sale or something, I might pick that up. There's obviously a lot more that I could look for, but those are the books specifically for this mission. This is cool. Blind date with a book for spooky season. Gives you a little blurb about it, and they wrap it so you can't tell what's inside. That's so cute. What a fun idea. So you know how I said right off the bat that I was only going to buy one book? I found more than one. I don't know what I expected walking into a bookstore. I'm finding so many books that I've seen other people recommend that I just plumb forget about, so I'm trying to take photos of everything so I don't forget and I can maybe rent them from my library at some point in the future. There's too many books and so little time. They've got a whole book talk table, but this is what I really like. Once Upon a Different Time. All these fairy tales or Disney retellings. That's so cool. Twilight. She's a 5, but her dad's a 10. Every time I look at the classic section, I'm a little bit shamed at how few I've read. My school didn't do all of the typical classics. They sort of had different classics that they selected for us to read. I mean, we read A Tale of Two Cities, Night. I know I read Little Women at one point, but I've never read The Great Gatsby, never read Frankenstein. We did read The Scarlet Letter in school, I remember that. Never read The Picture of Dorian Gray or Jane Eyre. We did watch the movie To Kill a Mockingbird, I remember that. But yeah, there's quite a few I haven't read, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna ever read them all. I love that Harry Potter is now considered a classic. That's really cool. I did some damage. Is anyone really surprised? I found one book that was on my list and another book I completely forgot about and ended up picking up both. The first is this one. I got Darling Girl. The tagline says, a novel of Peter Pan. I thought I'd read the inside cover just to give you a snippet of what it's about. And I'm pretty much going in blind on this book as well, except for the fact that I know that Peter is written as the villain in this story, which fascinated me to no end. I love Peter Pan in all variants anyway, but the fact that they've made him a villain, that was intriguing. So beyond that, I know nothing. So let's find out what this book is about together. Life is looking up for Holly Darling, granddaughter of Wendy. Yes, that Wendy. She's running a successful skincare company. Her son, Jack, is happy and healthy, and the tragedy of her past is well behind her, until she gets a call that her daughter, Eden, who has been in a coma for nearly a decade, has gone missing from the estate where she's been long tucked away. And worst of all, Holly knows who must be responsible. Peter Pan, who is not only very real, but very dangerous. Darling Girl brings all the magic of the classic Peter Pan story to the present, while also exploring the dark underpinnings of fairy tales and just how far we will go to protect those we love. Ooh, that sounds good! Before I show you the second book, I want to show you this. When I was asking a cashier where I could find Darling Girl, I happened to see this at the stand. It's the Ohio magazine, and the minute I saw this, I knew I had to pick it up. You may recognize this from one of my vlogs. I'll put the thumbnail on the screen for you. This is a metro park I went to and took you all along. My friend Erica and her daughter actually climbed up to the top of this tower, but it was really the byline that made me pick it up. Embrace autumn at 13 arboretums and botanical gardens across the state. I did flick through it just a little. I didn't want to read everything, but wanted to make sure it was something I wanted to pick up. And it has a calendar for events in Ohio, places I didn't even know existed, things like the Sunflower Festival, Harvest Festival and Rib Cook-Off, Art in the Park Festival, Log Cabin Days, Wine and Beer Tasting, Fall Festival at Layman's, Fall Harvest Weekends, just really cool things, and I kind of want to go to all of them. They have museums and exhibits as well listed here, buzzworthy places to eat, stunning autumn pictures. Oh, can you guys see? Oh, that's gorgeous. The reason I'm still flipping through this, I'm trying to find, there it is. There was one thing that I did not know existed, and I'm gonna have to take you when Christmas comes around. It says 3 floors of Christmas Wonderland. Where is this? 'Tis the season, Ohio's largest year-round Christmas shop. Well, you know, as soon as December's here, we're going. It talks about Amish country, Columbus, winery and vineyards. So cool. So I definitely wanna give this a read through. I normally don't pick up magazines because I buy them and never read them, but since my entire channel is under the umbrella of Ohio, I felt like I sort of needed to be in the know with whatever is in here, so I picked that up. And then last but not least, the final book I chose is Love Hypothesis. This is something I actually saw when I was with my friend Nicole at the Book Loft in Columbus. Is that what it was called? The Book Loft? I think so. The one that had 32 rooms, full, ceiling to floor, of books. This was in my basket right up until the end. I decided on a different book instead, but then I saw it again and was like, oh yeah, I really wanted to read that. And then when I was checking out, the cashier tapped the book and was like, this is a good one. I really liked it. So with that endorsement in hand, I think I'm gonna read this one next. Kind of want to save Darling Girl though for when the weather starts getting rainy and gray and moody. I just need the aesthetics to be right for an evil villain story. I say this every time and it never happens, but this time I really do mean it. I think this vlog will be a little shorter than most of my vlogs. I mean, my last vlog was 40 minutes and I know this is not gonna be that. But either way, thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you had fun. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a future video from me. I upload on Wednesdays and Saturdays, both at 6 a.m. and would love for you to be part of this little online family. My goal is to get 1,000 subscribers and we're almost there. Less than 100 people away. Can't believe it. I'm a lifelong resident of Ohio and I like to take you exploring around my beautiful state and to show people that it has far more to offer than cows and cornfields and a place to pass through. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Love you guys. Mwah.